Hey everyone, I'm coming on today to work on a project. This is part of my 1200 YouTube subscriber challenge giveaway. This right here was sent in by Phyllis. She is PricklyPinkCrafter, and one of her projects was this Memdex card. She has a few other things that she sent me, and you can check out that video. I'll put that in the description box. I am going to work on recreating this beautiful Memdex. I did go ahead and cut out a lot of the pieces, so it is mostly ready to go. The one thing I did not notice until I had already cut everything out was that there is a shaker back here in the back. This was made using this Memdex here, which I have, and then she glued on the front the large pocket from Scrap Diva, which I also have. So those are my base pieces, and then I'm going to build up on that. So let's get started on this. I'm going to move this aside. Okay, here is my container that I put all of the stuff I'm going to use in. I cut out the base layer for the Memdex with a piece of 110 pound cardstock. Then I'm going to cover it on the front with this pattern paper, and this is going to be my back. So those are my base pieces. I'm going to glue those together to create that. Then I cut out a strip of paper and made the fringe on the bottom using these scissors, and I'm going to make a tassel out of that. And then here's all the other little bits. I made some flowers to match the style of flowers that are on Phyllis's. So that's a Scrap Diva flower. I don't recall the name of it, but I did cut those out using some of the Garden Party paper. So those are ready to go. This mesh right here is part of this die set from Elizabeth Craft. It's an art journal die set. Here's the whole set here. So I cut 3 of these out. This is what I'm going to use in place of what Phyllis has here to go over the top of the shaker. I'm hoping it's going to work out okay. And then I just cut out some bits. I'll just show you those as I am gluing this together. All right, so I'm going to get started. Let me put this up here. Keep that kind of off to the side as a reference. I'm going to go ahead and get started by gluing. First, I'm going to poke some of these extra little things out here because I cannot have that. Okay, there we go. I think I got them all. Okay, this is the front side. I'm going to glue this on the back first. Let's go with this one. Okay, I got that the best I could. That was a little bit of a struggle. Hopefully my glue is still gonna stick down. I didn't get it quite exactly matched on the bottom. Now I'm gonna put the front on, and I'm gonna try to match that best as I can. Mount it just like that. And actually on Phyllis's, hers is a little wonky over here as well. So I think maybe trying to do it backwards on the back side of that card, it doesn't line up for some reason. Okay, so I don't feel so bad then. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is glue this down on the front side of the Memdex. Okay, that is ready to go. I think the next thing I'm gonna need to do is make the, let me put my glasses on so I can see. Did she make a shaker and then put it on here? Looks like she has a bottom layer of tulle. Then she put this on and then added the shaker bits. Okay, so my idea is I'm gonna use these little garden trellis, I'm calling them garden trellises, over the top of the tulle like this. So that's 4 3/4 by there. Then this needs to be 4. Okay. Or close to it. Doesn't have to be exact. So about here. 4 will be the maximum. All right, this will be the base layer. And then this will go on top. And it looks like Phyllis used double-sided tape between the layers to seal her little pocket. So let's work on that. All right, this is what I'm going to use. I think I'll add little bit of glue on here. Okay, then I'm gonna just place that right here, right inside the edge of the cardstock. And this is just slightly overhanging the edge of the cardstock. So I'm gonna trim this just a little. Okay, I don't know how straight that is, but then I can just glue that. Okay. We are definitely winging it at this point. Okay. I don't know if this will stay down. Oh yeah, it does a little bit. At least well enough for me to get the double-sided sticky tape sort of going. Okay. She probably had a better method than I have, but this is what I am doing. Okay, and then this one, I'm just gonna like eyeball it before I put some glue directly on here before I put it down. I just want to make sure it is going to stick down since we've got tool back here and it might prevent it from sticking completely to the paper. Okay. All right. That's looking good. Then one more. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. That looks good. And these I think will be okay if they overhang a little, because I'm going to put that layer of tulle underneath these to seal up the shaker mix. That was going to look good. I'm going to move this aside now. I'm going to go find what I want to use for my shaker mix. This one I am pretty sure that Phyllis sent me, and it was in the pocket of, I think it was a Memdex she sent. So I'm going to use it. She mixed iridescent and gold with her word sentiment, so I'm going to do the same. And there's just a hint of yellow in here, and it's very light, almost creamy, and it matches the color of what is in my pattern paper and what is on the back side. So let me just spread this out. That looks really good, and that's a good amount in there, I think. This other piece of tulle is going to go on top here. And then the tulle is going to go right over the top. Okay, now before I glue the trellis pieces down, I'll put a little bit of glue behind them so they stick real good to this. All right, there's what I got so far. I'm gonna get some double-sided sticky tape, and I'm just gonna run it all across here for the trellis to stick to. Take my trellis and put it I'm not going to put it down super tight yet. Oh wait, I'm going to put it the same direction. Okay. There, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to press it down. Perfect. I like it so far. All right, let's compare. Here is Phyllis's, and here's what I've come up with so far. I have a tag that I cut out, and on hers, she's got some more tulle back here, a couple different kinds of tulle. Some of the snow tulle, which I have, and I've got some plain tulle, which that's probably what I'll have to use because I don't have any of this really cute polka dot tulle here. Yeah, that'll have to go below when I'm placing other stuff down, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn my glue gun on in case I need it to help me with some of this layering stuff here. Now I'm looking at this. There is a tag back here, and all the tulle, I believe, is behind this tag. So I am going to grab mine that I have cut out. Okay. There we go. So it's going to be my tag that matches, similar to the one Phyllis used. Hers has a different shape opening, but it's the same kind of thing. So then I just need to figure out the placement of my tool. I've got a couple scraps here. And I think she's put this up on, oh wait. Okay, there is a layer of foam tape underneath this. So let me get some foam tape on here first of all. Start there. So I want to put it maybe about there. So let me just put some. Two more. Okay, then that'll be right there. And then the tool will be underneath the foam here. So I'm gonna get my tool. I've got a couple pieces cut out already. Looks like she's got maybe a little ruffle thing happening. Cut. So then I need to get my tag ready to go. And I'm going to use hot glue on the back of here because this has to go through all the layers of tulle and it has to stick to the stuff behind it. Sometimes hot glue is easier to work with. Probably should have put glue behind there. Okay, there we go. Okay, then I'm gonna carefully place it about right there. And then the rest of this, as I'm layering up, it will stick down to whatever is glued on top of it. So there's what we got so far. I've got some things that I have already cut out, and I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but I cut out a couple different things that I thought would be nice. Originally, I was going to go with this house, since there are houses on the back on the paper. Then I thought this ticket might be good in here. Might not be tall enough to fill in all that area. I have some floral sprigs here that I cut out. And I don't have that die that she used. Not sure if this is a Scrap Diva or what this is, but I just went with what I had that's close to that, and I cut a couple different colors out of my garden party paper. So then I thought I would put that there, there. Add a couple of flowers like that. I have a butterfly that I got out of an ephemera pack. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's from Paper Studio. But here's what you get in there. I've not used anything out of it yet, but I pulled these two out. So I thought they would be good to use. And I could put maybe the stamp back there. And this will be my puffy butterfly, because I don't have a puffy butterfly. I don't like the stamp there, but that's kind of what I am going for. I do feel like I should probably try to find a sprig of greenery or something. I think I'm going to use this right here. Maybe I'll cut these two out a couple times. All right, so I got those cut out, and I cut these two out in gold, and then I used the same paper I used for the smaller greenery on here. And this die set, I'll show you. I got this at a scrapbook convention. It is from Creek Bank Creations, and you get a bunch of different dies in there. There's 42 dies in there. So it is a great set. I'll show you all the dies in there. Make all kinds of different flowers. It's called Funky Flower Die. Funky Flower Die, and they're Creek Bank Creations. And these flowers even have some stitching detail on them. For the rest of this, I'm just gonna start. Now this has foam on the back of it as well. And I wish it was a little more sturdy. This is from the Papery Parasol paper pack. I could add some cardstock just to make it a little stiffer. What I'm gonna do is just cut out this so that it matches the sides, and I will trim around the corners if I need to. Okay. Then that just gives me a little bit more sturdiness behind there. There, then it makes it more a sturdy weight and won't be so flimsy on there. And I'm going to go ahead and put some double-sided sticky tape on the back of this so it's ready to go. So then I have to figure out what I need to put down first. That will go like somewhere around here. Let's see. Get this stuff off of here. I kind of like where they are, so I probably maybe we'll go ahead and just everything else will stick on top of that. I should put this down next, I think. Yes. So that is going to go about there, and that'll cover up the stems. And I'm going to use my hot glue on the back of this tag, or this piece of ephemera. All right, it's coming together. Now, let me put the sprigs, figure out the placement of these two, and the flowers. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so then just go ahead and tack this down. I can worry about the rest of it later. Okay. And yeah, we're dealing with, let me put a little bit of hot glue down there. Okay. And once I glue the flowers on top, that'll stick good. So, ooh, it's hot. And these top ones, I'm just gonna stick in there. Okay, and the other one. Next thing to go down will be my flowers. Put one there and there. I think we'll do that with some hot glue. The other one, I'm not a fan of hot glue, but sometimes when you're dealing with stuff like this, it's necessary. Let's do a comparison side by side. Pretty good. I'm going to add the butterfly net or the moth next. Then I got to worry about that. So I got to find a sentiment to put on there. So the moth is going to go about here. I think I'm going to put it up on some foam. You know what? I forgot to put this ticket in here. Maybe I won't need it. Let me think about that one. All right, let me get... Okay, I think I've used hot glue more on this project than I have used in a long time. Okay. There, and then we're gonna put this guy right there. All right, I'm liking it. I feel like it needs something to break up this area here. Let's see, maybe this. Maybe we'll try the stamp. Could put that in there. Yep, I think I'll put that stamp there. Just to break it up a little bit. It needs something in there. And without having to go hunt a bunch, the stamp will do the trick. Okay, and then we're just gonna tuck that right in there. Oh yeah. I don't know. It probably needs, now it needs something to block that. Oh, do I need another flower? Let's see. It has to be a pink one. Probably a smaller one would have been better. There is a way to do this. I'll make it smaller. I know. But if you need a smaller flower and all you have is one size, you can improvise by doing this. How about that? Okay. And then that guy can go right there. All right, definitely had to fill that in. Okay, that looks much better. Same when you're doing flower arranging in your garden. You have to mix up the sizes and the shapes so it looks better. And I probably need something down here too. So let me get, maybe I'll do, should I do a smaller one or leave it the same? Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do a smaller one. Okay, then this one can go right there. Looks pretty. Okay, I like it. Now, I've got some sentiments from a pack of Rosie Studio stickers that I was gifted. It's all the Rosie Studio stuff that I have. I don't have any paper packs, collections, or anything. So let me see where, let's see, I got them. Let me take these out of here. I like that these are on a clear piece of acetate so you can hold it up to where you're wanting to put it. All right. Our happy place. Oh, I like that because there's a house there. I think I'm going to use that. So let me get some glue on the back of there. Put that right there. And then over here, she's got a couple of just some puffy stickers to fill in that area. I could put this heart here on there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put this heart on there, and that'll be enough. Just to fill in that little spot there. I have not even glued this onto the Memdex yet, so that will be what I do next. Still need to make my dangle. I'm going to do that. That'll be the last thing I do. I got one more thing to do on the front. On Phyllis's, she's got the word today on there. I could cut out puffy word getting fine. I'll have to go hunt for that. I found a word in one of my Sizzix die sets. It says hello. So I'm going to use that. Cut it out in the gold paper. And I cut it out in a layer of pink foam. So I'm just going to create my own puffy sticker here, word sentiment, with what I have. Okay, let me get some glue on the back of here. And I'm going to just put that like right in there like that. I'm just going to go ahead and do glue all over the back because I'm not really sure what part will be sticking down. So at least this way, all the areas that touch will have glue on them. Okay. Stick it right there. All right, I'm going to set this candle on here for a minute or two. Wait for that to set up. Then I'm going to glue the Memdex onto the back so I can start working on that. Got the pieces for that here. I cut out a base in 110-pound cardstock. Then this is going to be my layer for that. So let's take a look at what Phyllis has. So she did the same thing. She made the base of the cards or the Memdex. So the bottom is sturdy, and then she just used pattern paper for the pocket. All right, let's do that. Okay, now it's just a matter of gluing. I'm gonna glue this on here. Hopefully I can get everything matched up pretty good. Looks good. Okay, let me see if I can tell how much Phyllis has done. She's got, she did do pattern paper on the back, so I need to cut out another piece of pattern paper to go back here, which I did not do. So let me go do that. All right, that was easy enough to do. And this is from my garden party paper that I cut up. And this is probably something that I will never use. Phyllis had used this on the front of hers. I can decide if I want to use it on the front or the back. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the other side of pocket. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a look at my Memdex on the back, or yeah, this there, that's dried on there. That is looking so cute. I love how it is turning out. All right, turn it over. Here's what I got going on the back. And I was thinking of doing this and then having my pocket. Let me fold this down. Let me get this on here. Get some double-sided tape. cute pocket. I'll have to remember to use this Memdex. Okay, then this is gonna go here. Now, I'm thinking I want to use some double-sided tape on here and some glue on here just to make sure that it sticks really good. All right, one more thing to do, and that is to create my bead dangle. I've got a little bulletin board where I have some bead dangles that I already had made. I put some up there that people have sent me, but these two are ones that I made. I think this one is going to be perfect. It's got some blue flowers on it and some pink and white, and it's pretty chunky. Okay. And let's cross our fingers that this works the way it's supposed to. Otherwise, my whole project will be ruined. Okay. All right, there's where it's going. Stick it in there like that. I never changed the base, so hopefully this is going to work okay. There we go. I did it. All right. Nice job there. All right. Now all I have to do is put my tassel on. All right, I don't need all of this to do the tassel, and I did make a small one, but that's not big enough. So let me get my little tool here. And I think I'm just gonna start wrapping it, and then I'll be able to tell kind of how much I need. So I'm gonna start wrapping it around, and then I'm gonna glue it after I get it started. Get this glued on here, and then I have to figure out how to put a hanger on it. So just let this dry. Pull that out. Now the one Phyllis has on hers has some gold ribbon on it, and I've got, if I can get it unburied from my messy desk here somewhere, I've got that ribbon. Here it is. Okay, I think this is dry enough. I can put it down. And I'm gonna put, this ribbon does not glue well. So I'm gonna use double-sided sticky tape on the back of it. I'm gonna get this off here. Put some double-sided sticky tape on the wrong side of it. And there's my tassel. I probably could have used a wider gold here, but I didn't. And that's how this one is. The next trick for me is to figure out how to hang this on here. So I need to put an eye pin down in there with a bead on the end of it so it won't come through. Let's see, I'm gonna take a bead. One of these would be good, I think. Doesn't matter what color, because hopefully it's not gonna show. All right, there I can see the opening. So I'm just gonna stick that down in there. Pull it up through. Okay. And get my little loopy tool. I don't know the technical name for this. There might be an easier way to do this. Maybe I could have put a string on here, but that will work the way I'm doing it. So there, put that on there. All right, guys, I did it. I finished it. So let's take a look at it. Got a little bit of glue on there. So I got, let me get Phyllis first. Let me clean up my area here. So let's take a look side by side. Sure I got them in camera or in frame. There we go. Here's Phyllis's and here's mine. My tassel's a little poofy. So I used the same base die that she did, and the back of it I used the same Memdex that she did. And then on the front I added a tassel that I made. So here's her tassel. She put hers on with a string. I guess I should have done that, but I went and forged ahead and just did it this way. I wished I had put a wider ribbon here. I could put maybe another round of this ribbon on there, which I might do before I send this off. And the dangle I had already made, and it's got the perfect colors on it for this. So I went ahead and used that. Then I did all the layering like she did, and I added the little banner thing down here, and I added the chipboard piece like she did, and added florals. Came up with all that based on all the inspiration that she put into this piece here. I was able to help. It was very helpful in coming up with my design. Really, you can't see much of the shaker mix back here, but it's there. I probably should have moved some of the shaker pieces off to the edge because everything's stuck down now. But I'm happy with how it turned out. And thank you, Phyllis, for sending me this project and providing me with so much inspiration. I really enjoyed putting this together. I would never, ever have been able to do this on my own. Just never. So I really appreciate you sending me your ideas. This is a little sticky here. I don't know how to fix that. I could put some powder on there, but it might discolor it. So I'll probably just leave it as is. Yeah, I'll put a little note back here with my information on it and my sticker, and it'll be good to go. Now, I'm not going to do the other embellishments in this video. That'll just take too long. So if I have time, I will do a follow-up video making her other embellishments. But for now, this is what we got. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. See y'all in my next video. Bye.